Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. This is the day after Chelsea 0, Manchester United 0. We're still a little bit gutted about that result, but we have to keep moving, we have to look forward. We got to look at Thursday where hopefully we can put the sword to Liverpool and finish them off once and for all and hopefully get 3 points, extend our lead above Liverpool, come back into contention of catching United and Leicester, who are not that far off, I have to say. So it's not all done yet, but we do make life hard for ourselves, don't we? We just do. Anyway, yesterday's result, we got to move on. Unfortunately, it was only a draw, but we look forward. Now, before we get into today's nitty-gritty, I'm going to ask you guys, if you are new, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Let's get into today's nitty-gritty. And it's about one man. It's about one man that's doing the rounds, and it's Tammy Abraham. Now, if you'd recognized yesterday, Tammy wasn't in the squad, let alone the bench. He wasn't even on the bench. He wasn't in the squad at all. Many thought, is he injured? Is he picked up a knock? Did he do something in training? What's going on? When Tuchel was posed with the question, he said that he'd only left him out because of selection issues. You know, he didn't need that many strikers on the bench. He had Giroud available and that was it. Why have two strikers when you can make room for others? That was the reasoning. So many kind of understood that. And a few have raised question marks and gone, well, why? Why is Tammy being treated like this? Well, like I said last week, where this news about Erling Haaland popped up, and then we heard about Tammy Abraham not wanting to extend his contract if Chelsea do go in for Haaland. Now we have more news in regards to Tammy Abraham, and here's Matt Law himself to explain to us what the hell is going on. So, Matt, take it away. Chelsea are facing interest from Premier League and European rivals in top scorer Tammy Abraham, with the club yet to open negotiations with him over a new contract. And he's written an article here explaining exactly what's going on. He goes on to say, what do Chelsea do with Tammy Abraham? Thomas Tuchel seems unconvinced and Premier League rivals are circling. Abraham's recent treatment by head coach Tuchel, plus Chelsea's interest in Erling Haaland, leave doubts about striker's long-term future. As I've said last week, when we were linked with Haaland and all of a sudden we had heard that Tammy didn't want to extend, just in case if Chelsea do go in for Haaland and where's his future going to lie, I get that. But I did say in that video, and I stressed, if you reckon that you can be as good as you believe you can be, or you reckon that you can take Erling Haaland on and, you know, try and compete and sign the contract, you know, take on an extension. But if you don't want to take an extension, that kind of tells me that you don't believe you've got a place at Chelsea. And you believe that if Haaland comes, your place is well and truly over. It's gone. Now, that's not necessarily the sort of attitude I want to see, but from his perspective, I can understand it, because I think many would probably think the same. If you see a Haaland approaching your door and he comes in to take your place, as a striker, if you're not killing it and you're not banging in the goals, I can quite understand why you are doubtful and you probably reckon your future lies elsewhere. But in relation to Tammy Abraham today, and this story that has now come out, that, you know, he is probably going to be leaving Chelsea with other clubs circling and looking to try and nab him from us, a few of our fans have laid out their displeasure at this news, and that Tammy Abraham is being treated unfairly because he is Chelsea's top goal scorer. Now, I can hear that and I can completely understand where they're coming from. I can completely get their point of view, and when you put it on paper like that, yes, Tammy Abraham is currently Chelsea's top goal scorer. That's as crazy as it sounds. Yes, he is. But let's go into why. Why is Tuchel possibly unconvinced with Tammy? Why there are doubts about Tammy Abraham, and why right now in the fan base I do think it's quite 50-50. You get half of the fans that are like, no, Tammy, he's just not good enough. This is what we're getting, and frankly, it's not enough. So if he goes, he goes. I'm not bothered. As long as we get Haaland, cool. You get the other half that are saying, no, he's being treated disrespectfully. This isn't right. He's a top goal scorer. Why are we looking to get rid? What's going on? Personally, I don't think Chelsea are actively looking to get rid. I think that they're more than happy for him to stay. But it's clear that Tammy's threatened with Haaland. If Haaland does come through the door, Tammy is threatened. And as I said earlier on in the video, he's got a point. he's got a point. To an extent, he's got a point. Frankly, if it were me, I would try and get in the mindset of, no, I'm going to try and work to the best of my ability. Unless if I get a mega offer from someone else, then cool. I'm going to look at what's best for my career. I understand. But if Haaland comes in, I'm still young. He's younger than me. I'm going to try and prove a point. So, you know, there is that mindset. Now, if Tammy's not of that, then cool. Everyone's each to their own. What can you do? But I want us to really understand the detail. I'm going to lay out some stats here for you guys about Tammy, about Timo Werner, and about Olivier Giroud, because we have to try and get to the bottom as to why maybe Tuchel is unconvinced. Let's have it right. He's not a stupid guy, and many fans are unconvinced. Let's have it right. Me personally, out of the three, I do see Tammy as third choice. That's just my personal opinion. You might think Tammy's probably first choice. You're entitled to your opinion. I respect that completely. And, you know, as I've said, there is a point there because he is top goal scorer. Even though it's just by a goal, but it stands. You can only do what's in front of you. He is top goal scorer. But personally, me, I am unconvinced to an extent, and I do see him as third choice. Now, let's get into the detail. Let's take a look at some stats of this season so far. Tammy Abraham, who has featured in 30 games so far for Chelsea Football Club, has scored 12 and made 6 assists. He has played a total of 1,516 minutes. Out of those 12 goals, 6 of them in the Premier League, 1 of them in the Champions League, 4 in the FA Cup, and 1 in the EFL Cup. Let's jump over to Timo Werner. He's played 35 matches, 5 more than Tammy. He has scored 10 goals and got 9 assists. So he's got more assists, but he has scored less goals than Tammy Abraham. 2 less than Tammy if we're going into detail. He has scored 5 in the Premier League, 3 in the Champions League, 1 in the FA Cup, 1 in the EFL Cup. Timo Werner has also played 2,562 minutes, so we're talking a good 1,000 more than Tammy Abraham this season so far, having scored less. So that is a point. But if we jump to Olivier Giroud, here's where it gets interesting. Olivier Giroud has played 23 matches, scored 11 goals. Now, out of those 11 goals, 4 of them in the Premier League, 6 in the Champions League, none in the FA Cup, and 1 in the EFL Cup. If you look at the amount of minutes he has played, 1,066, so 500 less than Tammy Abraham, and he's only 1 goal behind Tammy Abraham as it stands. Here's my thing. This is where I reckon, you know, it's a point to show why Tammy is third choice and why Erling Haaland coming in is going to absolutely obliterate him. Because Tammy Abraham may be the top goal scorer at the moment, in front of a Timo Werner who is struggling for goals. Let's have it right. And recently he's looked a lot better than he did in that middle part of the season so far, where he was pretty much non-existent and we were all getting concerned. Now he's looking a little bit better, but he's not exactly banging in the goals left, right and centre. However, and this is where many fans are giving him a leeway, there's been a big investment in Timo Werner and it's his first season in the Premier League. We'll look at next season to see how well he has adapted and how far he has come in terms of really getting used to English football as a whole. So I think that's where many fans are happy to give him that leeway. Tammy Abraham has grown in the system. Tammy Abraham has gone through the ranks. He's played in the Championship. He's played in the Premier League last season, where in fact he done quite well. But again, he wasn't really threatened in terms of a place. He was playing near enough every game, and he did perform, so fair play to Tammy for that. But he's used to English football. Now, if we look at the one issue, this is where I think Tammy Abraham is getting a lot of slack. And this is the big reason. I think many are unconvinced with Tammy Abraham because not of Timo Werner, but of Olivier Giroud. If you look at Olivier Giroud, the fact he has played 500 less minutes than Tammy Abraham, he's 34 years old and he's banging in near enough the same amount of goals, doing it on a higher level. You're looking at Champions League. Tammy Abraham has scored a total of 4 in the FA Cup, 3 came in 1 game, but you're looking at Olivier Giroud, he done 6 in the Champions League, where we really needed a goal. That's where I think many are unconvinced. I think it's due to that 1 point alone, where we have a 34-year-old striker that at one time many used to call a lamppost, who is performing on the highest level when we call upon him, and has played less minutes than a Tammy Abraham, who is 23 years old and is looking to be in his prime, yet when he is playing, he's not exactly setting the world alight. And the fact that we've got a Timo Werner who, granted, has played 1,000 more minutes than Tammy Abraham and is just that little bit behind, yes, that is one point to probably show as to why maybe Tammy, when you're comparing with Timo, there is a cause for concern there in regards to Timo Werner. But, as I've already said, many are happy to cut him the slack. He's just arrived in English football. You know, we'll judge him next season, as I've said. And there is a big investment, so you can bet that no one is exactly pushing Timo Werner aside, at least for now, without giving him the good opportunity, which he is getting. So I think that is it. You have to realise as well, Thomas Tuchel was brought in to get the best out of Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, as well as the entire team in terms of results. But there is a factor there of him being brought in to, hey, focus on those two. We want those two to perform. We've spent a lot of money. We got to get the best out of them. Timo Werner, Kai Havertz. They killed it in Germany. We want them to kill it here. And now, when you add a Erling Haaland coming to Chelsea, I mean, you know, that's just not... This isn't just a regular striker. Many seem to be comparing Erling Haaland in the same situation as Timo Werner. I think that's wrong. I think that's wrong because Timo, yes, granted, was scoring in the Bundesliga and was scoring for RB Leipzig and was doing quite well. But Erling Haaland is on another planet. He's breaking records of Ronaldo, Messi and all of that. We could not say that about Timo Werner. And at such a young age, he's got so much potential, it's ridiculous. It should be illegal. Erling Haaland is being compared with Mbappe and to become the successor alongside Mbappe of Messi and Ronaldo as the two best players in the world. He's already been spoken in that sort of breath. Timo Werner wasn't, so I don't think we can really compare the two. Just because he plays in the Bundesliga doesn't mean he's going to come to the Premier League and flop. That's not the case at all. I do think Haaland coming to Chelsea would be magnificent. I think it would complement Timo Werner, and I think we'd probably get the best out of both of them. So into next season, if we do get a Haaland, oh my God, I am so excited. But realistically, it would probably spring the end to Tammy Abraham's time at Chelsea, especially if Olivier Giroud stays, because there's a talk he might extend. I thought he'd be leaving at the end of the season. I thought the three strikers would be Haaland, Werner and Tammy Abraham. Clearly, Tammy's threatened. So if Haaland does come in, I am sorry. Regardless if he is top goal scorer right now by a goal, regardless if he is still young, if we're getting Erling Haaland, I am putting all my eggs onto Erling Haaland. No questions asked. The guy knows how to put a football in the net. It's just as simple as that. And he does it at such a high level. It's ridiculous. As I've said, he's already breaking records left, right and centre. Not just in Germany, but in the Champions League as well. Right now, if you had to offer it to me, Haaland or Tammy Abraham, pick one. We bring in Haaland but Tammy goes, or we don't bring in Haaland but Tammy stays. I'm sorry, Tammy. We're going to have to say goodbye. That's just what it is. And I understand many have the fascination because he's come from the academy. We want to see him succeed and all of that. As I've said, I don't think Chelsea are actively looking to get rid of him. I don't think that's the case at all. But they want a striker who is going to banging the goals left, right and centre. And no striker technically right now at Chelsea is doing that. Erling Haaland is killing it at Dortmund and he's doing it on the world stage too. You look at the Champions League, my goodness, unbelievable. So it's clear as day for me. Erling Haaland is going to be the priority. Timo Werner's being trusted because of his price tag and because it's his first year in English football. He's just come to Chelsea. We've got to give him the longevity. And Olivier Giroud, when he's called upon, he scores. So Tammy, I'm sorry, you're in a tough situation here. The last point I want to make is that many do believe that this is it. With Tammy, this is all we're getting. You know, yes, he's top goal scorer at the moment, but is he getting better? I think many believe he might have stagnated. And that is the cause for concern. That is the one prime issue that I think many have, is that he is still, you look at last season, still playing exactly the same. If you look, and you know, last season, as I said, he wasn't really threatened in terms of place. We had issues and we were willing because of the circumstances we were in. But right now, it's still the same. We're not getting better. And for someone who's 23, you expect better, and you expect better, and you expect better. Each season that comes, he needs to be developing. It seems like whilst others seem to be developing, Tammy's stayed the same. And I think that is one issue that I'm going to leave you with. Many seem to have about Tammy. And is he going to get better into next season? Is he going to remain the same? Is he going to drop off? It's hard to tell. We'll see what happens anyway. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. What do you think about Tammy? Would you keep him? What are your thoughts in terms of him not wanting to sign a contract extension? If we do go in for Haaland, would you go in for Haaland or would you keep Tammy? Let me know in terms of everything that I've discussed, what you would do in the comment section below. I would love to hear it. Regardless of where you side on the spectrum, No problem at all. We're all Chelsea fans. We all want the best for our club first. I think that's priority. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Again, thank you all so much for watching. I will see all of you tomorrow for a brand new video, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. Don't go anywhere. I'll see all of you then. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Look after yourselves. Take care and peace.